If you're buying a house in Florida, these are the inspections you need to make sure you do during the home inspection process. Hi, I'm Mark from the Fazzini Group, and we make these videos so that you can make better buying and selling decisions in the Tampa Bay area. And I run a real estate team. We'd love to hear from you if you're thinking about buying or selling in the future, or you just have some questions about real estate in general, or maybe different areas to explore in the greater Tampa Bay area. So you can reach out to us below at the number via text or call, or email us. We'd love to help. Okay, so if you're buying a home in Florida, there could be certain inspections that you're not used to or that you must have done to make sure you're making a solid investment. And I want to cover some of those today. So number one, obviously you're going to have a home inspection. Now back in 2020, 2021, there were instances where buyers were waiving all inspections because it was so competitive to get a home. We never loved doing that when we were advising our clients. Even when they just demanded not doing it to win an offer, it never feels good to not do inspections because you just never know what could be going on behind the scenes. So by default, you want to do a formal home inspection of the home that you're buying. Now, a home inspection will typically cost anywhere from $300 to $500 on an average size home. And the home inspection is a inspection of the entire home and all of the major components. With a home inspection, you want to make sure you're getting a 4-point inspection in most cases for insurance that will be required. And a wind mitigation is also very beneficial for insurance depending on the roof age and condition. So when you're ordering a home inspection from an inspector, you're probably going to also order a 4-point inspection. A 4-point inspection is just the 4 major items from the home inspection on a special form for the insurance companies. Now, the 4 major items are roof, AC, plumbing, and electric. So those have specific questions that are answered on this 4-point form that go to the insurance company and essentially affect your eligibility for insurance. But that is usually just an additional report that you have your inspector add on. So home inspection, 4-point inspection, wind mitigation, those are typical inspections that are done on most homes. The wind mitigation is just a special report based on the roof where questions are answered about the roof's condition. Does it have straps? Does it have this or that? So that you can qualify for discounts on your homeowner's policy. Now with the wind mitigation, they get up in the attic, they look at the trusses, they measure the length of the nails. There's so many little requirements that go into that, but it does typically result in a great savings if it is a newer roof or if they've had things done to it. So it could be a $500 or $800 savings per year if you have a newer roof that qualifies for those credits. Now in the home inspection, I would say those 4 areas are always the most important areas to look at. So anything with electrical that affects safety, anything with plumbing, the roof, of course, is a big expense, and AC is a big expense as well. So anything in those areas, especially if they affect eligibility, could be things that you want to talk through with your realtor to possibly get a seller to fix or address if there's major issues. Now, keep in mind, it's the inspector's job to find every little detail that could be wrong with the home. So you usually will have a home inspection report that's pretty long with a lot of items, but that's where it's our job to help you understand what's actually wrong with the home, what's just a common issue from the home's age, 20 plus years or whatever it is, cosmetic, or what's a major concern that you are going to have to budget for immediately, or what's a major safety issue or something that's going to affect the marketability of the home for you. We want to hone in on those issues, and a lot of times that involves discussion with the seller. So we've talked about the home inspection, the 4-point inspection, and the wind mitigation. Now, another one that's very important and could be required for the lender is a termite or pest inspection. So usually that's another charge on top of your home inspection fee, but for $75 or $125, you can have a termite inspection done. It's well worth it. They're also referred to as a WDO or wood destroying organism report. And those are going to be required by a lot of lenders for FHA and VA loans, especially. So having that done to make sure the home is free of termites, it's free of pests or any WDO issues is a very important thing to do. Okay, so then there are other items in Florida that you want to inspect for depending on the property that not everybody knows or is aware of. So one thing, for instance, if the home is in a more rural area and it has a septic system, you want to get a septic inspection done. The septic inspection, they'll actually come out, they'll pump the tank, they'll assess the tank, They'll look at the drain field. They will give a clean bill of health on the entire septic system that can be very costly if it's not managed appropriately. So having a septic inspection is very important for properties that have septic. Now, if the home is in one of those rural areas as well, and it has a well for drinking water, you definitely want to get the well inspected. So there are companies out there that will come out and they'll do tests of the water for the well. This is specifically for the drinking water, not just irrigation. And you can pay that company to run the test to make sure that the water is safe and the levels are all within line. Now, for waterfront properties, you definitely are going to want to have a seawall inspection done and maybe even a dock or lift inspection done. So I can't tell you how many times we go out to a waterfront property with a client and we look, at the beautiful dock and the boat lift, and then we see the seawall and it looks like it's in terrible shape. And seawalls are not cheap. So you could very easily spend 30 or 50 grand on a brand new seawall that's going to protect your entire property. So that's very important to get a clean bill of health on the seawall. And there are companies out there that will even go dive down and inspect under the water as well. And that's kind of what you want to do, especially when it's a waterfront property that you're spending a lot of money on. And that's a pretty good list of inspections. There are additional add-ons or different inspections that you can do depending on the situation. So inspectors will do sewer line inspections where they do a actual video of the sewer line and make sure it's clear and there's no buildup. There's infrared inspections that will look and show any moisture in any walls. And then there's others that they're like mold inspections or lead-based paint inspections that might be required depending on the type of home, or if there are issues coming up in a home inspection, sometimes additional follow-up inspections are warranted. So you just want to make sure that you have a trusted home inspector that's going to do a really good job assessing all of the issues at a home. And then you want to get feedback and advice from your realtor on any additional inspections that are needed. And hopefully the home is perfect and you don't have any issues, but it's very, very smart to do the proper inspections on the front end so it protects your investment in the future. So if you've watched this video to the end, we'd love to help you with your real estate questions. If you have questions about certain areas to look at, parts of the real estate transaction, what to do, what your property is worth, we'd love to help you. I run a real estate team. We've helped over 2,500 people in the area of Tampa Bay, and we'd love to answer any questions you have. Feel free to reach out to us at the number below or email us, and we'd love to speak with you.